What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Fort Misery Gaming for some more War of the Visions. And today, guys, we're going to be doing the Should You Summon video for Odin. So Odin is revered as the top, or one of the top, espers in the JP server. So the thing with his banner is different because he actually was supposed to come on the Ketone banner, and he did not. So he is actually going to be on a banner with himself in another MR print. So it'll be interesting to see what his overall pull rate will be. You know, he should still have a, pull rate of the cards should still be 2% and 2% for units. So it's interesting to see what his actual pull rate will be. His pull rate may be significantly higher than it was in JP on this featured banner. So we're going to give the verdict at the end. But let's go over his kit first and show you guys why he is so strong. So first of all, his effect type is actually, it's called physical on the WOTV FFBE Game A database, but it's actually, I checked Altimia as well, and it's actually listed as like a non-element type. So if we actually scroll down here, you guys will see here, he actually has no resistances or weaknesses. So that's something to note. So, it could be a good or bad thing, how you look at it. But, so first of all, let's talk about his effect. Obviously, this does not pertain really to PvP. You never really, actually, I don't even think you can, at least right now in Arena, you can't use the actual Esper summon, but it deals significant non-elemental damage to the targets in area for a few turns, and then increases crit rate for allies for 3 turns. So very, very good effect. You can only use it once, and that's the effect range. You guys see there, pretty big effect range overall. So here are his stats at level 80. So when you max him out at level 80 and 2-star him, he's going to have 823 HP, 37 TP, 40 AP, 44 dexterity, 80 attack, magic of 34, and agility of 19, luck of 62. And I did compare a lot of other stats. We can do some comparison after we go through his whole kit. But I'll show you like a good comparison like for Ifrit and for Behemoth. Those are like the other 2 top DPS currently in global. But he is definitely, stat-wise, the king. He's definitely up there, his stats. Very, very high attack, very, very high agility. All things you're going to be wanting on your DPSers. So let's go over his training board. And his training board, honestly, if I have to say what one factor makes him the de facto like best Esper in the game, it's probably going to be his tree. So we're going to go over that. So he has Summoning Magic 3, 4, 6, 10. I recommend do not invest at all into that. He has Accuracy of 4, which is standard. Slash Resistance, that is very, very good to have. 3, 4, and 5%. He has Accuracy of +3. Bird Killer 2%, Bird Killer 3%, 4%, 6%, 10%. I probably would not invest in that as well. Even Slash Resistance, I would hold off on investing in until down the road, so you make sure you have enough SP cost to fill that out. He has Evasion 3 and 4, so those are definitely things you definitely want to pick up. Evasion is always super good. Slash Attack, he has the coveted Slash Attack in the current meta we have because it is very, very heavy on Ramza, Stern, Engelbert, Mont, Orlandeau, just so many sword-wielding units that Slash Attack is such a crucial ability on a lot of the espers in the game. That's why Iron Giant is good, Behemoth is good, and that's why they even say that, or through testing we've seen that Behemoth and Iron Giant have been a lot more optimal in a lot of cases than even Ifrit, even though Ifrit does have a higher overall attack stat and attack percentage in his tree. So Slash Attack, super important, but this is the big kicker, guys. This is the big kicker why he's OP, is Man-Eater. Man-Eater, I believe he is the only Esper currently in Global to have both the Man-Eater stat and the Slash Attack ability. So Man-Eater 2%, 3%, 4%, 6%, and 10%. What this means is basically he is the PvP Esper God because he is going to be dealing those increased percentage damages to your opponent in every source of PvP, because every character in PvP is a human. So you're bringing heroes that are all humans, so all of these skills, or all of these stats, are going to increase in PvP by all those percentage. So you're basically going to have Man-Eater, slashing, and attack percent all are going to be applied to your units that have swords. So obviously you really want to give him to, you know, a sword-wielding unit. You're going to get all those increased percentages, which is absolutely bonkers. So on top of that, he does have attack percent, 5 and 2%, and he even does have shooting percent of 3, 3, 4, 5. So that means if we ever get into a big meta once Lucia comes, you know, her and Frederica will be very, very strong gunner units. If you have enough SP to invest into your attack percent, your Man-Eater, your slashing, your evasion, your accuracy, you know, depending on the meta, I think that's probably where your SP you're going to have to pick. Do you want slashing resistance or do you want shooting resistance? It really will depend how the meta goes. I'm not sure in JP if the meta for slashing is higher than shooting. I would assume it is, just because the amount of usable heroes seems to be way more in the sword category. So I would assume that the slashing would be still a better thing to go into. But having the option to go shooting resist just makes this Esper so much more busted. It's just crazy how well-rounded for so many things he does, especially in the current metagame, especially for global. So yeah, that's a crazy, crazy thing. So we're going to cut real fast, and we're going to look at Behemoth and our boy Ifrit. Alright guys, so we have pulled up Behemoth. I actually got to do a WOTV /calc for this, which actually makes this cool, so you guys can actually see the stat comparison side by side for your HP, your attack, your TP, your magic, your AP agility, for all this. So the max stats you guys see are level 80, this little thing here that I can move around for you. This is the stat I pulled the screenshot from WOTV FFBE. So that shows Odin. So let's compare the stats. So at max, we have Behemoth goes to 764 HP to 823. So you guys see a big difference there. That's a difference in about 70-ish HP. TP 21 to 37, so big difference of 16 TP there. AP 29 to 40, so 11 more AP. Attack 78 for Behemoth and 80 for Odin. So still Odin beats a little bit of attack. I actually didn't know Behemoth went up to 78. That's actually very high for an MR. But Odin does still went up a little bit there. Magic isn't really too relevant, but if you guys want to nitpick on Magic, it's a difference of 6. Dexterity is a difference of 4 in favor of Odin. Agility is a difference of 4 as well for agility there. And then luck is a difference of... actually, Behemoth has 1 more luck. So there you guys go. As far as for resistance elements, minus 10% for light. So he does have that there going for him as far as for Behemoth goes. But the thing to keep in mind is we look at the tree here. So you have your increased attack tree, you have your increased light damage tree, you have your evasion, you have your slash, you have to demons, and then you have to light resistance. And, you know, so just when you look at the tree here, an accuracy, like always, strike resistance, it's just, Odin has more universal things because having that Man-Eater is just, that Man-Eater thing is, it's just so clutch. Having that massive Man-Eater percentage is still going to edge him out in damage over Behemoth. Even though Behemoth is really, really close. And, I mean, for an MR, Behemoth is actually insane because having only 2 actual attack stat lower than Odin, being a UR, is actually nuts. Alright guys, and just to compare real fast, we are going to hop over to Ifrit and compare the stats here as a UR. So here we go. Ifrit actually has way more HP than Odin. He beats him by almost 50 HP, 47 HP. TP, Odin has him beat by 5. AP, Odin by 1. Attack, though, Ifrit does have 14 more attack. That is super good to note. And then agility, Odin has him by 5. It's like the important stats that we're going to look at. So, but the big thing, what we want to take away from all this is going to be of the lacking tree that overall in the current meta that Ifrit does have, which is going to be, let me go ahead and hide this here, is going to be that he doesn't have slash. He doesn't have human. He doesn't have man-eater. So that's the big thing. He has other skills, of course, but they are not really prevalent in the meta. He has increased Ice Killer. He has increased Pierce. He has increased Invasion, Demon Killer. He has increased missile resistance, like Odin does. And then he has Evocation, like normal. He has accuracy. And then he has the water resistance. So it's, you know, he has attack. I mean, but as far as like your damage output in your tree, this is where you're getting a lot of your stat bonuses from. Because as we showed you guys in our last video of how important these extra ability trees are for getting that damage, of how it affects your multipliers when you're doing your skills, is super important. So while Odin does beat, or I'm sorry, while Ifrit does beat Odin on a lot of damage as far as stats go, like the actual stat pool, I would say Ifrit's better overall stat pool. He's 5 agility slower, but his damage output is significantly higher than Odin. He has more HP, and they're very similar on AP and TP, so stat-wise, on the actual base stats, Ifrit is better, but the tree is just, it's going to edge Odin out so much more than Ifrit. It's like not going to even be close. Like if I do end up pulling Odin, I will totally do a damage test. I'll even do them at the same level. Because I mean, I guess eventually, like several months from the road, when I can actually get both of those guys to 80, assuming I pull Odin relatively early, and I can start investing into him, I could, you know, see what their damage output will be. But, you know, take my word for it, guys. He is going to output severely more damage than Ifrit will on your sword characters, especially. Now, this is mostly in relation to PvP. The damage skew will not be as bad as it will be like in PvE content, like during raids and stuff. But still, them having slash is going to be significant. Now, if you are going to go into like a spear character, then Ifrit, you know, is going to make up for that there. If we end up getting a really good spear character that you guys end up going for, then Ifrit obviously is going to be more on par for Odin, you know, in a raid content. You know, if we go up against an ice raid, Ifrit will be really strong, having Ice Killer, if you guys end up having the SP to invest in that. So it'll really depend on where your SP goes into Odin. So, but I would assume you definitely would want to get the Pierce eventually for a spear character, and then the Ice Killer, you know, for that those ice raids that we'll eventually get in the game. So, hey guys, I just wanted to throw this quickly in the video. I guess apparently of how it was read in the news, and still this morning, there isn't an actual guarantee that the Odin is coming in an actual banner as of today, Tuesday at 8:50 a.m. So we'll see how his banner does come out. I did make this should you summon video though, you know, basically going over everything. But hopefully he is gonna have an actual raid up banner. He's not just gonna be thrown into the regular general pool on every banner going forward. Otherwise that would be pretty bad. But I just want to mention that it's not a guarantee that is gonna happen on Wednesday morning. But I'm hoping that he actually has a raid up banner. So just wanted to throw that in there, just a PSA. So guys, I think you guys should summon if you meet these parameters. So the parameters are going to be if you guys are a endgame player, if you guys have saved a decent amount of Visor since like the first week of the Tactics celebration, if you have your base PvP units built up, if you're happy with your performance in PvP overall, and you're just looking for that little bit of thing that's going to push you over to the top, maybe get you to the 1K, if you guys are super tryhards, maybe getting to the top 100, if you guys are looking for something to really edge you out in the manual PvP, match PvP system, if you're looking for something to help you out in Guild Wars. So if you guys are still struggling to beat PvE content, you're still struggling to build up your 3 core units for your PvP teams, then I would not summon for Odin, because more than likely the Viz you're going to spend to trying to get him, you're not going to really help you to that extent. As far as like units are always going to be more important than espers and vision cards overall. It's just how it is. Like you're not going to be able to do what Orlandeau or Ramza or Medina or Stern or Frederica or whatever units you're trying to build. You're not going to be able to compete with, you know, a unit at a max limit broke TMR status as a unit that's like a 2 limit broke or something like that to a unit that may have a better esper like an Odin, like to compare it to like to a behemoth. Like the difference is not going to be that massive, especially when comparing behemoth to an Odin. So that's where it's at. So if you guys are end game like myself and like other people in my Discord, and you're looking for that just icing on the cake, it's going to just put your particular orlandeau or your stern over on somebody, then yeah, go for Odin. Depending on what you guys are looking for. I think this will be the last banner I would pull on before Lucia. And then after Lucia, I don't really know what I'm going to be pulling on. So that's why I'm going to do a little bit. I'm not going to go crazy on this banner. I may just use up whatever free viz I get after farming all the events. And then after that, I'll just continue to save after that. I'll have to see. I'm hoping they're going to have a paid banner for it. Maybe they'll do an announcement for that like tomorrow or something. At least to do like the one paid like try, and if I got him on my one paid try, it'd be freaking phenomenal, but probably not. But we'll have to see how the banners shake up when they drop on Wednesday morning. So let me know what you guys think overall in the comment section down below. If you guys did enjoy this content, make sure you guys drop a like down below. Hit subscribe if you guys are new, or ring that bell for notifications. Join us on the Discord so you guys can get help. If you guys are looking for a guild to join, we'll see if we got a spot when you guys join up and see if we got a room in our guild for you guys so you guys can do some guild battles with us. All that good stuff. Anything else we can help you guys out with in the comment section down below, let me know, guys. And then thank you guys so much for watching once again. Stay safe, wash your hands, take care of your friends, family, all that good stuff. And I will see you all in the next video. Later, guys.